What do Americans care about? Whatever they're told to care about by the media, pretty much. Or special interest groups on the internet. That tends to be it. However, we've got the issue of destabilizing foreign governments and attempting to annex foreign countries. We can't have that. There's a lot to be said for conquest, what it does to people, both the conquerors and the conquered. What the president, I can't say Americans, because Americans didn't support this, Americans didn't ask for this. The president openly lied about his intentions in Venezuela, and then did openly what he claimed he wasn't going to do. And the Venezuelan president called it. Kind of like the Putin situation in Kiev. Oh, we're just on maneuvers. No, you're not. And then they want to talk about going after the narco-terrorists, a regime who, here in the United States, we are under a regime that's trying to kick out brown people. Now, although brown people aren't actually fighting for my rights, they have helped me very much in person. So we are importing presidents from elsewhere to fill our jails and populate, basically our homeless population is what we have in prisons. Federal prisons tend to primarily house sex offenders, believe it or not. Sorry, military prisons. So this Maduro situation and Donald Trump, after abducting the president like he said he wasn't gonna, is openly only caring about oil. That's all he is pushing, is the oil, the oil, the oil. This is what we care about as Americans. So we want all these apparently supposed brown people to go back to their own countries while we systematically disassemble their countries and their countries' resources and bring them here. For what purpose? Trying to annex large quantities of land that belong to other countries and attempting to bully our allies into giving us land. But that's not a good way to keep allies, is it? No, for certainly it isn't. And then we've got American interests. We've got Americans becoming homeless at a record level. We've also got a bunch of expectations of perfection in order to even get a job. We've got a bunch of jobs that used to be held by immigrants that these places aren't going to bother to hire an American. They're going to hire more immigrants and they're going to make more money with it. I mean, this isn't a situation that Americans can win. We lost our Constitution in 2001. 9/11 2001 was an excuse to take away the rest of our Constitution. Now we have a whole bunch of young soldiers who have only heard of the Constitution, but in the world that they see around them, they're not seeing the Constitution. The reality is, it's gone. And as of this year, I mean, it's the beginning of January. It wasn't some narco thing to take out drug dealers. This is a very carefully orchestrated event to seize foreign oil, to seize foreign lands, to take control of a foreign country and its resources. very clearly this is not in America's best interest any more than it was in Germany's best interest when Adolf Hitler started annexing places and making excuses like this. I mean, this is really sad. Now, what does Trump want to name his battleships? Hopefully he doesn't want to name them the Bismarck, the Tirpitz, the Graf Spee, and the Scharnhorst. So, you take a look at what's being done here. Donald Trump is racist. The people that he wants to be friends with and wants to be rivals with seems to be entirely based on skin color. He and Putin are all right. They're good pals. Putin is white. When it comes to destabilizing these kind of regimes, like Venezuela's bottom of the fucking barrel. Seriously. And, well, I need to make a video about the 5 hours that I spent on the telephone today with another victim of the situation here in Tillamook. 5 hours on the phone. That's a lot of time, but it was also well worth it. It passed quickly. The only reason I knew the phone call was so long is because my phone tells me how long the phone call is. You know, it's no secret that Donald Trump definitely overstepped his bounds again, but it's also no secret that he doesn't care. We have these laws in place for a reason. There's a reason that we don't go seizing foreign lands like that and making them our own. And that is what's happened here. With oil tankers, foreign oil tankers being seized, this is what we're after. They're oil tankers, they're oil rigs, they're oil infrastructure. Oh, and also the minerals. Yes, we forgot about that part. So we won't help to invest in the companies and equipment. We want that stuff, but we're not going to allow those foreign countries to have the equipment to do that stuff. Then we're going to complain that they're not doing it right because they don't have the right equipment. And then we seize all of their stuff and we put all of our equipment in there and charge them way more than it's worth. That's very much the American way. We're going to charge you $250,000 for $50,000 worth of goods. On the bright side, you got $50,000 worth of goods. No, it was their goods to begin with. You know, there's a funny story here. All this stuff that we're going through, it's the Fallout series. I'm not talking about on TV, I'm talking about the video games. Like, basically, it seems like it's a parody of a video game that we're going through right now. Sure, there's no bombs dropping yet, but the situation is just... It's almost funny if it weren't actually true. This is the kind of stuff that you would expect to be in a Leslie Nielsen movie, a spoof movie like Airplane or The Naked Gun. But no, this is our real life. And of course, it's well, nobody wants to take responsibility themselves. They want to blame everyone else. You know what? If you have to do things out of desperation, I support you. If it is necessary to do those things because you've tried everything else, I am absolutely supportive of that. But it's unfortunate that that's what we are living through as Americans today. It's the reason that we have the Second Amendment. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but they've been doing everything they can to keep my First Amendment rights out of court, out of the media, out of the stories that they tell. It's easier to peg me as a boogeyman and pretend that I'm a schizophrenic than it is to fess up to the fact that you screwed up. I get that. Trump said that we wouldn't be going to any more wars, wouldn't be invading Venezuela, weren't after the president of Venezuela. It was just a drug thing, and we were only after the drug addicts, or sorry, the drug dealers, the cartels. And then, of course, we fucking invaded the place, taking control and saying, hey, the oil, the oil, the oil, having no shame. It's all about the oil, all about the oil. Doesn't matter how many lives we're taking, long as we get the oil, right? Isn't that the American way? Well, I don't think it is. It's just unfortunate that in the last 25 years, we haven't had the American way. We haven't had the Constitution, and now we no longer have a country. So basically, America lasted what, 249 years? It was nice while it lasted.